This is a test of the emergency sewing system. This is only a test. Hey everyone. This is the sewing I've been doing in my friend's unit, which she has for 4 more days. The electricity works in this unit with the jerry rig deal there. And so I've been sewing in here, but you see the irons over there. Whenever I set up the iron, the light dims and the fan gets lower and it scares the heck out of me. So this unit isn't really going to work because I can't really sew when I'm on eggshells, that it's such a fire hazard. So I don't think this is going to work, and it's also super, super hot in here. You can see the sun. See, the sun's like coming into the unit right now, and it's just making it really, really hot. See, and it comes all the way up until it's just right in my face sewing. And granted, I don't have to sew right during this time of day, but it's about 4:30. And it was warm. It was okay in here this morning, but it's been warm for about an hour and a half now that I've been just putting up with it. And now it's about to get warmer. So there's a whole chunk of the day I can't sew in here. And it's kind of weird, like, because there's a weird feeling in here for me. I'm not comfortable like I am over there. When I go over there, I'm just like, ah. But, so it's like, I could take this unit and sew without ironing, which is what I'm doing right now. This little dress with the cotton and the poly, when I put it together, it doesn't really need to be pressed. In fact, I can do a top stitch to press anything down. A big part of the iron is just, first of all, making sure the fabric is even when you're cutting it and then getting ready to sew it. You don't want it to be all wrinkly. And secondly, for pressing seams, once you've sewn 2 pieces of fabric together, you want to press it down so it's flat. So I don't really have that ability without being totally scared. And then the other thing is I could rent this unit instead, use the iron, and it could blow this one out like it did mine, and then I could just be with the light in here in a super hot unit with my van parked in the sun instead of the shade, and still not be able to sew or use the fan. Oh, what was I going to say, though? Oh, and this unit's $30 more now because, you know, it's $120, but since the new managers and the new owners, the prices have gone up, so if I move over here, it's going to be up. The other thing is that guy, I told you this before, he's right there, and I don't like it. So I tried to park the van in front of the unit to see if that would block the sun, but it just made the van super, super, super hot, and it only blocked it part way, and then someone came and needed to use the unit, and I had to move it anyway. So this is just the emergency sewing situation. I've already made 2 dresses that were a custom order that I needed to get done. I hope you can see me and hear me. And I got 2 other dresses done, including a Chewbacca dress, a Wookiee dress, which is so cool. You can see it at californiapatchwork.etsy.com. That's ETSY.com. Excuse me. And then I made another little dress. So I've made 4 dresses. I fixed a pair of pants of mine, and this will be the 5th dress so far. So whatever I can get done is great. I was on a total roll, and, you know, I have to kind of stop, so anything I can do is good. The other thing I can do in the other unit, which is super cool, like even now during the middle of the day. Here, let's go over there. The thing about the other unit is the sun hits that unit in the morning, but only for a really short period of time because it's so shaded. So the sun begins to hit it, but then it ends up going behind these trees up here. So this unit here never really gets that much sun. So here's my new screen door, which is so awesome because this unit does get mosquitoes. But look at, there's just this breeze right here, and there wasn't a breeze on that side. Here's my little unit now. I had just organized it for sewing, like it was just awesome. Funky little number. It's just like a vest coat thing. But I got this rack, and what's left that hasn't sold which is like, see all those hangers? I've been killing it. But I got this rack, and that's that, and I kind of had it all set up for sewing, but, so now I just have the light. Dun-dun-dun. So what I'm going to do now is, well, but you can see how shady it is right here, you know? And I was telling myself, suck it up. You can see how shady it is here. Just even the van right now, in one of the hottest parts of the day. Well, actually, it's a little bit in the sun, but it's pretty much in the shade. See? Half of it's in the shade. Anyway, so what I thought I'd do is, instead of taking that one, being uncomfortable, moving all my stuff, and having it not really be able to iron, and not, and then paying more and all of that, just to be able to sew like it's some desperate thing. Forget all that. I don't feel good about it, and I'm going with what I feel, and I don't feel good about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this unit for 1 more month, and I'm going to use the time to go through all the stuff I need to go through that I've been putting off for years. There's a couple more Barbie things to sell, and some paring down to do, and some paperwork to go through that really needs to go on a computer or a memory stick. I also have another little computer that I need to hook up and charge and get my photographs off of and see if it works. And then I'm going to do the community yard sale next Saturday, and I'm going to sell the lamp and the mirror and the Frida picture and maybe the desk, anything I can sell over there and just add to my pile of money, because that's what I'm really into right now, that and sewing, and we'll find a way. There's a mosquito. Yeah, I'm just going to use the time to do that, and the other thing it provides for me is a place to crochet at night with the light. And it's nice and cool in there at night. We won't have the electric fan, but I'll have my battery-operated fan, which will cost a little bit, but it's so cool in there right now it doesn't need it, and it's the hottest part of the day. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to pare everything down. And meanwhile, we're also going to take off. Okay, firstly, I got to bring the van in to have them check the brakes and hopefully get a diagnosis, like a compression test, to get an answer about how if I have a cracked head or not, and valve seal issue, and maybe even get something repaired if it's not like $500. Probably not the valve seals, but we're going to bring the van in, and then after that we're going to actually take off camping or go on the Blue Ridge Parkway or go somewhere and actually explore Asheville a little bit. I've been so focused on sewing and building myself up that I never explore anything. So I think we would maybe do that a little bit, or focus just for August and leave end of August, beginning of September, and explore. But by then it won't be really warm, so I wanted to sort of go up there while it was warm. But so that's the plan. Unless a place comes up that's the right place for me. Otherwise, we're going in the van. And hopefully the sales will keep coming in, and I'll be able to make hats, and I'll be able to do my eBay stuff, and I'll have everything pared down. Hopefully enough to fit in the van. If not, we'll just get a really small unit somewhere, but back down the mountain, and we won't be staying in Asheville. So, yeah, it's kind of up in the air. There's a lot of factors up in the air. The other little sneaky thing that I could do, I don't even know if I want to say this online. There's a place where I can sneak my table over to and plug in for like 3 hours at night. And I can actually get away with that. Also, I have a friend that offered me to sew at his place, but I'm trying to go with what feels right, and I'm not super excited about hanging out with him. So, but there are options, and there may be other options for sewing, but it's time to leave here. So that's what I'm going to do, and it's not going to be in a desperate rush because I know I'll be leaving. And so the other place, like I was saying, if I find a good place that works out for me, then I would joyfully move to Asheville. That would be wonderful. There's a lot of things I want to do here with all the creativity and the nature. It's perfect, creative and nature. It's just finding a place. So I wanted to update you on the place that we looked at last night, which isn't going to work out. The place that we looked at last night was okay, but the room that was for rent was really small and claustrophobic, and it had a rug, like carpeting, but it was really dirty and old, and then the walls were bright pink, purple, and lime green, and it had a teeny little closet and one little window. But the main thing was I didn't feel 100% okay about the dude. I mean, he seemed like a nice enough guy, but I did not leave Charleston and uproot my whole life to come to Asheville to just live with some normal guy who's slightly depressed and hates his job and drinks 6 Coronas a night. Because I asked him, are you a big drinker? He said, no, I just have 5 or 6 Coronas a night. And he kept saying, did you see the Fairview? Oh, did you see the such and such tavern? And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, the tavern. He kept mentioning the tavern. That was kind of like a clue for me. And we were sitting down talking, and I asked him, all right, so what's the most important thing in the world to you? And he didn't know. He didn't know what the most important thing was to him. So I said, well, the most important thing to me is learning to be myself, to exist in the present moment, to be my genuine self, to grow and move forward and find my heart's desire and do it. So, you know, if you ask someone that and they can't answer that, he's 46, I'm 47, that I didn't like. And we didn't have a real friendly, like, that's funny, rapport, you know. And then he went to show me, when he went to show me the back room, the other gal was still there packing up her stuff. And she was a little hippie chick just like me. And we were like, love that girl. And I ended up staying back there and talking with her. And I asked her, I was like, is this okay? You know, and she was like, go with your feelings. And I'm sure you'll have the right answer. So that's how I was going with my feeling, you know. And we ended up talking. She was like, I love what you said out there. And I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but, and I got sort of this idea from her also to, like, you know, she was like, I was like, how long have you lived here? She said 18 months. And she was moving into a temporary place in order to find another place. So that meant she wanted to be out of there so bad that she was willing to, you know, go somewhere for a month and not even knowing where she's going next. So then the other thing was he had this little dog who was a really nice dog, and Pai Mei and him did the growling, but the growling and barking never calmed down. They kept going at it and at it and at it and at it. And Pai Mei was like, arr, arr. It was like really scary, that sweet little baby there. You guys have never really seen, because I didn't post the video they have of her doing that. So yeah, they were just barking, growling. I don't think that would work out. His dog's 6, and he can sit, but that's it. And he runs back and forth in the front yard and barks at every car and person that walks by. And as he was doing that, Pai Mei started barking at him doing that. It just wasn't good. But the overall reason was I don't want to live with, I just felt like the person was slightly depressed, and that's the last thing I need right now. So instead of feeling desperate, I just said, well, we'll just keep this bad boy for a month and really pare our stuff down and try to have the van life, depending on what the diagnosis is and how much I can sew in this interim. God, I love the English language. Don't you? Interim? Isn't that a cool word? I just love it. So that's what we're going to do. So this is a little update for you. I'm not feeling bad. You know, I got online yesterday, there were 2 sales. I got online the day before, there was a sale. Day before that, there were 5 sales. It's going well. I'm gonna keep sewing. I'll be able to keep this store up. Something will open up for us, and it'll work out. Maybe we can have the van life and then stop periodically and sew, you know? Or I could become a painter. I don't need any electricity to paint in there. What about that? Oh, that's the other thing I can do while I'm not sewing is get the van painted, and this is the perfect spot to do it. So I can paint the van, I can organize my stuff, I can sell off and pare down stuff. I can also cut patches in here all day long and get them all ready. I can even design a strip of patchwork. So for when I can sew, then the sewing time will be more valuable. And I can pray and dance and sing, and I can, all the things I need to do. There's plenty to do in a month. And then if I get it done early, we can just leave. So, or move into our new awesome place with creative, you know, clean, hippie-type people in a beautiful little house. If you saw the cuteness of the houses here in West Asheville, like, they're, like, painted, and there's, like, plants, and I know that sounds normal, they're painted and there's plants, but I mean, like, they're painted multicolor. There's, like, plants everywhere, and beads, and you know, just cute, adorable artwork in the yard, you know. There's stones everywhere placed just so. They're like precariously topped on one another, and then there's just one big stone on top. It's like so cool. So, but if we don't move to Asheville, that's fine too. So that's how I'm feeling. See how I'm feeling? I'm feeling all right. Who knows when I'll be able to upload these videos, but I'm starting to get back into it. And especially if we do the van life, I'll be so excited to just keep with y'all with the van life, the codependent van life. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm going to finish the dress, and then actually I'm going to go take the hose over here, and the water stopped working this morning, and I was like, oh, snap. Now I can't take a shower, I can't get water, I can't wash my dog, I can't wash the van. But then it turned back on, so I'm going to go over there with the hose, and I'm going to do a full-on shower, wash my dreads, shave my legs. Oh, yes, I am. That's what I'm going to do. The only thing I hope is that they don't cut that tree, because that tree is actually just really bent over, and so if they realize, oh, that needs to be cut, there'll be a lot less shade here, so hopefully that won't be the case. Just kidding. I'm not that hungry. All right, so I will say goodbye to y'all. I hope you can see me, so I'm doing this now so you can see me at some point. And I'll talk with you later. I have Paime's right down there. Paime! She's an itchy bear. I should wash her too. All right, bye. Meow.